So the next match on court, men's singles, and what a prospect we've got. The world number one, Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia, against the current world champion, Olympic champion, Lin Dan of China.
And now please welcome in the finalists. From Malaysia, Lee Chong Wei. And from China, Lin Dan.
Well, you don't get any better than this. The world number one and two ranked players. The world champion, Olympic champion, Lin Dan, against Lee Chong Wei in a repeat of the Olympic final in Beijing. And of course, just to remind those of you who didn't see that final, Lin Dan, the left-hander, was probably the fastest player I've ever seen on a singles court. He was superb in that Beijing final. Blasted the world number one off court. So Lee Chong Wei, 26 years of age. Lin Dan, the left-hander, 1 year younger. The Chinese player born in Fujian, and of course appearing in his 6th consecutive All-England final. He's won the title 3 times in 2004, 2006 and 2007. Beaten last year in the final by Chen Jin. Twice a world champion, Lin Dan, and of course reigning world champion. But as for Lee Chong Wei, born in Penang, he has had a tough opening round here at the All-England Championships. Lu Yi of China, he dropped the opening game there and perhaps just a little bit slow to get going. But let's make mention of that semi-final yesterday against the former world and Olympic champion, Taufik Hidayat of Indonesia. I have to say, I was bitterly disappointed in that semi-final. Really expected the Indonesian to put up a better show than he did. So for Lin Dan, well, all of his matches in 2 straight games. Semi-final, as I say, against Chen Jin, last year's winner. And Chen Jin retired halfway through that second game with a bad back, but disposed of Lofton Pearson of Denmark in the quarter-final. The second game, 21-6. 27 minutes for that. Paul, Eric and I sat and commentated on that, and we were just astonished at the ease with which Lin Dan can win rallies and his injection of pace. Brilliant to watch. Xia Chuanzhe, former world champion, 2003. In this very arena, he won his world title, beating Wang Chunhan in that final. And now coaching the men's singles players in China. So the Malaysians, Rashid, the far side, Misbah Sadek, the two brothers who have both been in All-England finals, 1986 and 1996, when a certain Rashid Sadek lost to Paul-Erik Hoyer Larsen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Yonex All-England
Dave Hickton, our umpire for this repeat of the Olympic final. Paul Buffin is his service judge.
Lee Chong Wei, Malaysia.
The Malaysian, the right-hander in the all-red kit.
Lin Dan, China.
His 6th consecutive final here at the All England Championships. He's won 3 times.
Level
For Lee Chong Wei, his first ever experience in an All England final. And of course, for the Malaysian, Lee Chong Wei, he's trying to become the first Malaysian to win this title since Mohammad Hafiz Hashim in 2003. Well, his command of the net, we talked in his previous matches, Lin Dan, about his injection of pace in the game. It's not just pace of shot, it's the pace of movement, and when he comes forward, he really is lethal. Well, this the 14th meeting between these two players in individual competition. And it's the Chinese left-hander who has an overwhelming advantage in the previous head-to-heads. 10 of the previous 13 he's won, including the last 4. Just to emphasise, that is in individual competition. So Paul Eric, obviously Lin Dan, the overwhelming favourite, given the past encounters between these two players. But you're a great believer that Lee Chong Wei really can win this.
I definitely believe that Lee Chong Wei has a good chance if he can keep up a high pace. It's very important for Lee Chong Wei to keep up the speed in the game, because by that Lin Dan will maybe open up in some areas so that Lee Chong Wei can get in with his smashes. And another important thing I would say is around the net. It is very important for Lee Chong Wei to get there first.
Just missed with his smash.
3-2.
Was that 360 kilometres an hour? Surely not. Incredible retrieving. Certainly was a powerful smash there, and just to explain my last comment, we have an indication at the end of the court of the speed of the smash, his speed guns on every rally. And this time the indication that the speed gun was right, 265. That's 165 miles an hour. Do you think that Olympic final in Beijing has psychologically scarred the mind of Lee Chong Wei, because he was totally outclassed in that final, and do you think that's